Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to compose and send an SMS message to your contacts. Let's get started. You need to have an SMS gateway that supports HTTP protocol or API. Now mostly your service provider will give you documentation on how to use the protocol. So let me just take you through the process. You can just right click. First select the SMS gateways and you can just right click here and say new SMS gateway. You are going to give your gateway a name. In this case I've already defined a couple of them. You can name it anything you like. Say for example I'll put it as messaging server. Then you will need to input what we refer to as URL text. This is normally given by your provider. You can refer to their documentation and see what are the parameters that you need to pass. Normally it would be something like this. It could be HTTP or it could be HTTPS as well. That is for secure. So it could be something like www.sendmessage.com / send.aspx question mark. Now you pass the parameters. So the parameters could be mobile number, then it could also be the message, let's say MSG, and you could also have a sender ID field and any other parameter, so on and so forth. Now we have put in three different parameters here. The first one is mobile number. Now as you can notice here, we have two different system variables which you need to mandatorily put in the URL text. So BitFaster knows what is the mobile number to which it is sending the message and the message itself that needs to be sent. So please remember that variables in BitFaster are case sensitive and are also enclosed in square brackets, as you can see here. So the first one that I'm going to input is mobile number. As you can see here, it's exactly the way it's shown here with no space. And for the message parameter, we'll put the SMS message, SMS. As you can see here, these two variables are very important. If you miss them, your message is not going to come out the right way, or it may never go. Sender ID is something that your gateway provider will give you depending on your requirement. So it could be your brand name or your company name or even your product name. So let's just say sender name is success. Normally there will be a restriction of 11 characters when it comes to the sender ID, so you can check with the provider's manual in this case. And once you have this piece of information configured, just click on add. So you're ready with the server. Now I have already added a contact here using the contact manager. So I click on the group and then I have the contact here. Please make sure that you have defined a mobile number. This again, the format depends on what your gateway provider needs. Some of them need a plus as a prefix, some of them could ask for a 00 as a prefix, but just check with the manual and you should be having it in the same format. Now once you select the record, you can click on this icon which is for compose SMS to the contact you have selected. Now you can just key in the message. Let's say this is my first SMS. You have a choice to change the mobile number here if required, and you can also pick the SMS gateway depending on which one you want to use for sending. I've already configured server 1 and server 2 before, just to show you as an example. So let me pick and use server 1. So let's click on send. Now the message is sent, but we get a return value which says ID colon with whatever number of characters. Now again, this is something, the response code is something that your SMS gateway provider will tell you what kind of code comes back once you send a message. Maybe it is successful or it's an error. So depending on what it is, you get a code back. Now obviously this doesn't make sense to us, although I know personally that the message has been sent, but how would you as an end user know that the message was actually sent? Please remember this, it's ID colon whatever number of characters. Now in BitFaster, you can define SMS response or error codes. Let's go here. We need to tell BitFaster that look, if this is the return code, this is what it actually means. Now I would like to get a message as successfully sent. If the code returned has ID colon, please note this is case sensitive and it needs to be in the exact format. So what BitFaster does is once it sends a message and it gets a response back, it will check for this response. If the response string has this particular value, it knows that the message was successfully sent. Now let's just click on add. Let's close this. Let's go back to the contact manager. Again, let's send one more message here. Switch the status now. And I'm going to pick server 1, send it. Now as you can see that the message is shown as successfully sent and not as something that we previously saw. What if there was an error? Let's try and compose one more. I'll use server 2 in this case. Check the status again. Let's send it. Now as you can see here, there was an error because I had put some parameter which is incorrect. So it's giving me this particular text which is ERR colon. So I can define one more response code. Go back here. So you just add one more response code. So failed, for example. And this time the text that it needs to look for is ERR colon. So let's go back to our contact manager now and let's compose the message. We'll use server 2. As you can see now, the message that I got is failed. So this is a very simple way of doing it. You can also quickly search for a contact. Instead of going to the contact manager every time, you can also quickly search for a contact. Support. You could also right click and say compose SMS. It's the same window again. So there are multiple ways of doing it as I showed you. I hope you enjoyed this video. To learn more about BitFaster, please subscribe to our channel. You can also download BitFaster Professional for free from our website www.bitfaster.com. Thanks for your time and have a nice day.